Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you guys are enjoying the content that we're throwing up. And make sure you guys hit the like button if you enjoy the video. And yeah, let's begin. What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and today on our Beyond Omega level, we are covering an often overlooked but extremely powerful character, the Molecule Man Owen Reece. Now, the Molecule Man was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and made his debut in Fantastic Four number 20 in 1963, and he was introduced as a down-on-his-luck laboratory technician at a nuclear power plant, and was really depicted as somewhat of a loser, basically. But one day, he accidentally turned on a particle generator, exposing himself to a great deal of radiation, and because this occurred in a comic book, the radiation didn't kill Owen Reece, but instead gave him vast superhuman abilities, specifically the ability to control energy and matter even on a subatomic scale. Now, this sort of incident can really go one of two ways, and faced with the choice of either using his powers to fight crime or commit crimes, Owen chose the latter and adopts the moniker of the Molecule Man. Now, initially, Molecule Man did not comprehend the true level of his power. For instance, he believed that he could only control molecules of an inorganic nature, so anything organic would be beyond his influence. He also thought that his power came from a metal wand that he carried, which is really pretty absurd. Like, obviously, it's this wand that's giving me powers and not like an enormous amount of radiation that I was endowed with. But it is a silver age, and comic book characters were kind of stupid back then. But anyway, during a fight with the Fantastic Four, the Molecule Man ends up dropping his wand, and since he thinks he has no powers, he doesn't try to use them. So he ends up losing because the book is called the Fantastic Four after all. But following his defeat, the Molecule Man is imprisoned in an alternate universe by the Watcher, who would realize how big of a threat he could be if he ever learned to fully control his abilities. Now, while Molecule Man was imprisoned, his wand remained on Earth with his consciousness still lingering within it and allowing him to use his powers whenever anybody tried to use it. Eventually, the consciousness recreated Owen Reece's body and transferred itself from the wand to the newly created body. His first goal was to simply destroy the world, but he's ultimately talked out of it, gets some counseling, and decides that he wants to be a good person and live a normal life. Of course, that would be boring, so naturally it doesn't happen. Molecule Man instead ends up getting transported to Battleworld during the first Secret Wars event and is ultimately befriended by Dr. Doom, who actually helps Owen to realize the full potential of his powers. So, what are the Molecule Man Owen Reece's full abilities? Well, as I said earlier, he can manipulate matter on a subatomic level, and as we discussed earlier, originally his powers were limited to controlling inorganic material due to the mental blocks he unwittingly placed upon himself as a result of his lack of confidence. Now still, he was able to do some impressive things during this phase. In one instance, he disintegrated the Silver Surfer's surfboard, Thor's hammer Mjolnir, Iron Man's armor, and Captain America's shield simultaneously. It was observed by Uwachi the Watcher, who pretty much knows everything, that Molecule Man represented a legitimate threat capable of destroying entire universes. Furthermore, after Molecule Man shoots an energy blast at the Beyonder, he remarks that the blast would have been capable enough to destroy several billion galaxies. Now, once he learned to control energy during the Secret Wars event, he effectively became capable of warping reality itself, since basically everything in the universe is either matter or energy. Even when the Beyonder caused extensive damage to the multiverse, Molecule Man repaired it in an instant with the wave of his finger, and reconstructed all the stars in the galaxy instantaneously after the Beyonder destroyed them. Now, at the peak of his powers, Molecule Man was considered the most powerful individual in the Marvel Universe, including such cosmic-level entities as the Living Tribunal, Eternity, and Death. At one point, the only entity thought to be more powerful than the Molecule Man was the Beyonder, although he was able to give the Beyonder a run for his money in a battle that produced tremors that could be felt throughout the entirety of the multiverse during Secret Wars 2. Later, both Beyonder and Molecule Man's power levels would be retconned to be at a far lower level than their peaks, with the total power of both of them being equal to that of one cosmic cube. Now, Owen remarked that during this period, he was on a lower tier in terms of power than both the Living Tribunal and Eternity. Even after this change, however, he was able to defeat the Beyonder and the Sentry on separate occasions. Now, later during Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars event, which was related in name only to the previous Secret Wars, it was revealed that Owen Reece was actually created by an alien race known as the Beyonders, which initially wasn't related to the Beyonder at all from the first Secret Wars, but was later retconned so that he actually belongs to this race of aliens. But regardless, the Beyonders created a version of Owen Reece in each universe to be a bomb capable of destroying it. So whenever a Molecule Man dies, the universe that he's in will be destroyed shortly after. Now, a lot of what happens with Molecule Man during this event actually relates to God King Doom, a super powerful version of Dr. Doom powered by the Molecule Man, and we're going to cover that guy in a separate video. But after the events of Secret Wars, when the multiverse as we know it had been destroyed, Owen basically travels with the Fantastic Four, creating new universes, and is described by Valeria Richards as being a repository of unlimited power, as well as being omnipotent. But yeah, Molecule Man at his peak was ridiculous ridiculously overpowered. Like, it was insane how powerful he was. Literally, like when the Beyonder during Secret Wars 2 like destroyed Death and was just like running through the multiverse or running through the universe causing all different kinds of problems, the Living Tribunal and the cosmic entities showed up to the Beyonder with their hat in their hand and we're like, dude, can you please help us? That's how powerful this guy was. Even with like the Molecule Man and the Beyonder being as powerful as they were, maybe the one above all was more powerful than them, but depending on who you talk to, some will say they were equally as powerful. But with that being said, guys, we're gonna bring this video to an end. If you are new here to Comics Explained, make sure you guys hit the sub button to become part of the Rob Corps. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, and I will catch you all later. Peace.